You put just a little bit too much on that.
There's the attack. It's tipped and knocked. Stayed in bounds. Didn't on the attack, but Connolly controlling easily. And the attack the other way. It's a tip. Did it stay in? Yes! A foul tip in baseball, but there's no question about that one, as that one just drilled right down into the gap in coverage. A lot of little nuances in volleyball, and two referees to try and alleviate that somewhat, as that one's misplayed and hits the
angle on it. That would just drop it right there.
That was an absolute laser beam right there by D'Souza, Tyler D'Souza. That's a fact. We are right here, as that's a perfect placement right there by Terry. Take game number 1 of this match. This one is hit over the net, knocked down. Great work. It's partly blocked, and the Jackets get set to go back on the attack, and they'll score right there. A little better on the next one, as that one's blocked. Great work down low. Controlled by Connolly, set by the Jackets. The attack. They're in a lot of trouble as the Jackets slam it down. That was Blair Havern, the Hawaiian native.
Standing here talking to AIC assistant women's volleyball coach Tyler Wingate. Coach, AIC just pulled out a 3-1 win over Southern Connecticut. Snapped a 2-game losing skid there where we had a couple rough matches last week. Why don't you talk about what we had to do to bounce back and get a pretty impressive win?
Yeah, it was an impressive win against a team that had a good win against Lemoyne. So it was important to have a good bounce back game. Our block was good tonight, and I think our serving was excellent as well, taking Southern out of system, and that was the key, our block and our serve tonight.
Now, it seemed like the offense kind of came from everywhere. We had 3 people in double digits with kills. A couple others were really, right there with 8 and 9. Why don't you talk about the offense for a second, how well it seemed to click?
Sure. Good balance on the offense tonight, like you said. Pretty well distributed from the kills. We all did a good job distributing the ball to our hitters, and they did a good job putting the ball away. That was important to have balance against Southern. We had 3 options up when we had a good pass, and it was good to see that good balance.
Okay, now on the defensive side too, freshman Caitlin Connolly was kind of hard not to notice. She had 23 digs, didn't have any reception errors. Why don't you talk about her play, not only in the match tonight, but how she's done so far being her freshman year in college?
Sure. Excellent job from her tonight. She's all over the court, picking up those balls that we need, and it was our defense that really made the difference tonight. And for a freshman, with that consistency in the back row is something we really needed. And, she's beyond her years as a freshman at that libero position, a very important one. And she's doing an excellent job.
We're standing here talking to AIC freshman libero / defensive specialist Caitlin Connolly. Caitlin, AIC just pulled out a 3-1 win over Southern Connecticut. We've kind of been struggling a little bit the last couple matches, but bounced back pretty good today. Why don't you talk about the effort that we had to put in to get the win?
Well, we lost 2 in a row, 2 conference matches, which really hurt us, and we just weren't playing our best. And we came back to practice and more disciplined, more structured, and it's what we really needed to do, because we were just letting balls drop left and right in the 2 conference matches, and it just wasn't us.
Okay, now just to talk about you real quick, you had 23 digs today, didn't have any reception errors. What have you been doing? How well have you been adjusting to being in college, being that this is your freshman year?
I think I'm adjusting pretty well. I've just been working hard and just doing what I know and have been working hard to do. And I came here to, succeed and become a really good player and be better than what I was back in high school. So I think I'm coming along pretty well. And